Good afternoon, everybody. Calm Biker here. Just coming up to the Hull Royal Infirmary Hospital. They've just been refurbishing it all. They painted it sky blue. Hope there's no low-flying planes around. They might not see it. I've been asked a few times about how much videoing do I actually do. Obviously I put out a lot of videos. I've been, well, I was going to say about averaging about one a day, but I think it's more than that because I've got about 450 videos up at the minute and probably another 10 or 20 before this one goes out. So how much videoing do I actually do and how do I keep on top of it? So I thought I'd give you a bit of behind the scenes, as you do. When I have my camera running pretty much all of the time that I'm on the bike. But a lot of footage gets thrown away, obviously. Otherwise you'd have a lot more, or I'd have a lot more on my channel than wee yellow pigeon than I do, even though I have quite a lot. But yeah, I have it running pretty much all the time on the bike. Sometimes the battery will run out and I'll not realise, which is why I've got quite a few batteries spare. And sometimes at the minute the lens fogs up. I'm hoping it's not fogged up now, because otherwise this one will be going in the bin, the recycle bin in Windows. But yeah, I would guess that I probably generate in the region of, well, depending on the weather and what I feel like and what have you, somewhere between probably 75 and 150 gigabytes of footage every week. Sometimes a little bit less, maybe sometimes substantially more. The ride outs I do, I usually end up filling up my card, and the card is 64 gigabytes in this one. That's recording at 720p and 120 frames a second, which gets knocked back down to 30 by the time I've rendered it. Although I might have to try 60 just to see if it comes out on the old YouTube. Maybe, God, I'm getting every red light today. Maybe I'll upload this one in 60 frames a second just to try it out. We shall see. I suppose if I start doing 60 frames a second, then when I do my slow motions, I'm going to have to make them even slower just to get the full effect. Oh, maybe not. So yeah, but probably averaging about 100 gigabytes a week. I'm constantly trying to work out ways of cleaning up videos from my hard disk. So what I tend to do at the minute is I'll record my videos, and then the same day if possible, or the following day if not possible, I will go through all those clips. I watch them back. I used to watch them back in Media Player in fast forward, so that I could keep an eye out for things happening. So you know, obviously for vlogs it's pretty easy to spot because you're playing it back in fast forward and suddenly you hear, you think, ah, I was talking. But for the random clippage videos, I used to just kind of watch and think, is there anything happening? Quite a lot of work, to be honest, for the random clippage, because you are watching everything, even stuff you didn't see when you went out on the ride in the first place might be worthy of a clip. Although because of the amount of footage I'm producing, come on, right hand pedal, because the amount of footage I'm producing, I tend to not do that with the random clippage videos anymore. So what I do instead is, if I see something, I'll actually mention it. So although you'll never get to see it on the YouTube, quite often there'll be something in my video where I say, look back at that one, that looked like it was nearly an accident, or you know, that looked like somebody dressed up as a tiger walking along the street, or whatever it might be. So, and then I can load them up into Sony Movie Studio and look at the waveform along the bottom and look for bits, because when you speak it's obviously much louder and you get to see zigzags and what have you on the waveform. So I just tend to home in on those now, especially for the ride outs, because I think the when I did Wyvern Bikers ride out, not the gloss up one, the one before that, can't remember what it was to now. We went to Jack and Jill's Cafe though. On that one I filled up my card and I had about 8 hours of footage, and even watching that and fast forward is going to take 2 hours. So for that kind of thing it's really helpful. So if you're doing clips videos, that's my handy tip of the day. Make sure when you've spotted something that you say something afterwards. Ooh, 31 instead of 30. I've got a red line instead, red numbers instead of green ones. Yes, so you say something afterwards and it helps you pick it up. Helps you find that clip later on without having to go through 18 hours of video. The worst state I got to was about half a gigabyte of video, and that was when I was recording at 30 frames a second and the videos were a lot shorter. Or not shorter, a lot longer for the amount of storage space used. It took me days to get through it all. I think I even ended up throwing some of it away, knowing that there probably wasn't going to be much of interest in it. And I have in the past thrown away files, and then as soon as I've deleted them, cleared the space and copied stuff off my camera back onto my PC, I've realised that actually there was that thing I wanted to put out on a clip. So it's quite a handy way of doing it, I find. If you've got any other ways of getting to those clips, let me know, because I'll be interested. Before then I used to hold my hand over the camera just after something interesting had happened. Really slippery road there. And that allowed you, as you were fast forwarding, to see the camera suddenly go blank for a second or two. Only problem with that is you still have to watch the whole thing even in fast forward. So the sound thing does help. Oh, I'm waffling on again. Which will make it easier to find this vlog in amongst my raw footage, because it'll have a whole heap of zigzag on the waveform. Yeah, any tips that you've got would be appreciated. Certainly vlogging is a time consuming thing, so anything you can do to lessen the time spent on the boring bits, so you've got more time left for the riding and the talking bits, will be useful. Anywho, I best head home. So I'll just say thank you all for watching, ride safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Ta-ra! Look back at that one, there was definitely a vlog there.